This week marks the start of something I've been looking forward to all year, another landscape photography adventure here in England. Last year's trip to the Peak District sparked my love for this kind of travel, chasing light, exploring new places and seeing what stories the landscape has to offer. Now I'm heading north to the Lake District, exploring mountains, lakes and valleys that I've dreamt of visiting for years, and now I finally get to experience them with my camera in hand. The Lake District is a region that I've long wanted to visit, even before I got into photography. In my opinion, it is one of, if not the most beautiful of the national parks here in England. Now, originally when I started car camping, going out further afield with the camera, the aim was to stick within 4 hours of home. However, I think that rule can go out of the window. I must get moving though. I've got a 6-hour drive ahead of me to get up to the lakes, and ideally I do want to get up there before sunset. Thankfully, it should be quite nice up in the Lake District this weekend, although travelling anywhere in England, you've always got to accept there's going to be a little bit of unpredictability. The Lake District especially, it's in its own little microclimate, so any forecast should really be taken with a large dose of salt. I was actually meant to go to the Lake District last weekend. However, Storm Amy blew in from the Atlantic over the north of England, which scuppered those plans. I have to admit, I've been forced to postpone and I've been forced to delay these plans to 2026. I'd have been really disappointed. The Lake District is almost this distant mythical location that I've always long wanted to visit, and like I say, that's regardless whether it's for photography reasons or not. I actually started putting the plans into motion for this trip way back in February time. So finally heading north, I can't tell you how excited I am, and really cannot wait to get out and see what shots I can capture with the camera. As they say, good things come to those who wait. So after a 6.5 hour trip up from Kent, I've finally arrived here in the Lake District. I've based myself for the first 24 hours from Keswick, Catbells just to my left, which I'm going to start climbing up very shortly. I think my initial reaction to being here in the lakes, it's very much the same as when I got to the Peak District when I went up Bamford Edge this time last year. A lot less challenging than what it's going to be today, I think. My reaction is still very much the same. I'm just blown away by how amazing it is around here. Oh, would you just look at these views? Absolutely mind-blowing, like I've just said. Well worth the long trip up from Kent for. And what you don't notice, what the photos don't show you, just how peaceful it is around here. Really is a chance to get out into nature and just enjoy the surrounding countryside, especially a countryside such as this, where I don't normally get to shoot this type of landscape, so I'm going to be in my element this week, I think. The original plan was to walk up Catbells, but given I've never walked any fells before, might be a case of leaving that until I'm a little bit more experienced. It's regarded as one of the easy ones, so hopefully it's just me being a bit overly cautious. I don't want to injure myself my first day here and not be able to enjoy what this beautiful Lake District has to offer. I'm glad, to be honest, I decided to chicken out of climbing Catbells. You can see it in the background, just over my shoulder. You can tell how low the cloud is getting. Of course, I'm not used to this area, so it might have been fine, it might not, but as I say, I don't want to climb it, get injured, and then the whole trip's a bust. And I'm kind of glad as a result I kind of made sure I had a backup plan just in case. And as a result, we're now going to walk up towards Latrigg, which is, I think, one of the easiest way rights that you could possibly do in the entirety of the Lake District. But already I am getting some beautiful views. And already I can also tell how inexperienced I am, because what I was pointing out was not Catbells. I can see Catbells over more to the left now, but it has been a long day. It really has. There's a bit of tiredness creeping in, but before I go get my dinner, before I sort out the car, ready to sleep tonight, I do want some magnificent shots. I do want to capture some shots if I can over this here valley. And I'm sure, looking at what's been captured from Latrigg in the past, I will be very much successful, provided I think about the shot that I want to take, the shot that I want to capture. So fingers crossed, I'll be able to share something with you in just a minute. It is the end of day one. I'm parked up and I will soon be going to bed because it has been a long day, having driven 6.5 hours up from Kent. However, I did enjoy a nice evening stroll around the banks of Derwentwater. All ready to get up nice and early in the morning for a proper stroll around Derwentwater, but that is for next week.